Welcome to BibleLink. It's great to see you. BibleLink exists to help link the Bible to real life, your life. In chapter 14 of Genesis, we got war. 4 kings decide that they're going to put down a rebellion of 5 other kings who kind of band together to shake off paying tribute to them. And the 5 rebelling kings are defeated, fleeing and falling into tar pits. Kind of nasty. Lot gets swept up in all these conflicts, and he, along with all his stuff, gets taken by the invading armies. This story pits a family against nations and is kind of like an ancient version of the movie Taken. Abram probably doesn't have a fierce Irish accent like Liam Neeson, but he does decide to rescue his family member and recruit some friends to go to war against the guys who took his nephew Lot. Abram's forces were probably a lot smaller than the armies of the kings. He had only about 318 trained men, but God gave them the victory, and he returned Lot, as well as the people of Sodom, back to their home with all their possessions, and Abram becomes a hero, a savior figure. And then there's this guy Melchizedek, king of Salem, and a priest of God, shows up out of nowhere, bringing bread and wine and blessing Abram and his God. Melchizedek says it was God who gave Abram's enemies into his hand, and Abram acknowledges Melchizedek as a priest and worships God through him, giving a tithe or a tenth of what he had taken as the spoils of war. He leaves the rest to his allies and to the king of Sodom. He didn't want the king to be able to say he made Abram rich. The author of Hebrews uses Melchizedek in chapters 5 through 7 as a forerunner of Christ and as a model for helping us understand Jesus as both our king and our high priest. This story has a lot to teach us about the importance of family and the power of God to overcome what seems like impossible odds. Abram cared enough about his family to work to rescue Lot when he got into trouble. Think about a time when it's gone bad for you in your life and you needed help or didn't believe in yourself. Who stood up for you when it seemed like you were going to be carried away by something awful? Maybe you can say a prayer of gratitude for that person today. Is there someone we know who needs our help today? There can be a fine line between genuinely helping and enabling people to keep doing bad things, but that doesn't mean we should close our hearts off to actually helping. We never know if our efforts can be a critical moment that helps define a person's trajectory. If we're acting according to God's purpose, He can work in us to overcome insurmountable odds as well. Abram faced down kings and armies. If God helped him overcome, what could God help us overcome in our lives? What do we need to stand up for, even if it seems impossible? What else did you notice? Thanks for engaging in BibleLink today. Join the conversation on Facebook, ask questions, share your observations, and invite someone to BibleLink today.